Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of Chill, Relax, Plant content, where we talk about our plants and we try to learn the best way to grow them so they grow how we want them to grow. If that sounds like something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. So, today is going to be a semi-sad video. If you guys have been, along on my little plant journey, you would have known a couple months back I had put some succulents in pots and I put them in the house. Some that were like, that are typically like outdoor plants. And I put them in the house and I put them in windows and there's not a lot of happy plants left. I might have forgotten about them, forgotten to water them. Didn't take into account trees that blocked sunlight from getting into the windows directly. It's no good. So I'm going to give you, I guess, that little update. It's going to be quick. It's going to be like dead, alive, struggling, almost dead. But I'm going to show you. So I guess like you guys know also, make sure you have direct light for some of your succulents. And I'm also going to be taking some of the succulents that I have outside and getting them ready for winter. I have a grow tent that I set up in my garage that I'm going to be putting a lot of my succulents into there so that they don't get, frostbitten and explode over the winter because of frost and freezing temperatures. So that's what we're going to do today. So, yeah, come and hang out. First, I'll show you the sad stuff. Alright guys, so I collected them all and I put them all on my kitchen counter so that you could see them all in one spot instead of going around the house. I was going to collect them all anyway and bring them outside. As you can see, this guy's dead. I don't even have a tag for what this was. I think this was the creeping thyme. This guy actually got knocked over by my cats and never made it back. The camera won't even focus on it. That's how sad that pot is. And then we have this guy, which is another sedum. He got crisped up. We have this guy, which is like barely, let me try to get the lighting better, barely holding on. There's a mossy stone crop. We do have something that has survived, and this is one of my favorite ones, and so was that one. So this one is the sedum, what was that? Sedum Cybome October Daphne. So this guy does okay indoors with like minimum light, I guess, for a succulent. It looks like it's trying, let me see if I can zoom you in there. Oh, you gonna focus? It looks like it's trying to bloom, if the camera would focus, but yeah, the little ends look like they're trying to bloom, so that one's okay. We have this guy back here, a stone crop, sun sparkler, firecracker, which is all burnt up, crisped up. I don't know. I think the stem on this guy is actually okay, just the leaves all crisped up, which is real weird because I don't know. I was afraid I was going to overwater these guys, but maybe I just underwatered them. I guess you live, you learn. I showed you this guy, the hens and chicks. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. This guy, I don't know if I have a tag for what his name was, but he was one of my favorites. That's another leaf. And he's struggling. I don't know if he's gonna make it, but we'll put him in the garage. This guy is fine if he doesn't make it. I have a bunch of this guy outside. And these guys are so resilient. They'll come back like no one's business. They'll come back real quick. Then we have this sedum, album white stone crop, which is half dead, a little more than half dead. We got a little bit right here trying to come back. And then we got whatever this was, which is completely crisped up. And then we have the littlest amounts of green right there in whatever this plant was. So out of, what do we got? 8 plants here, 8, 4, 12. We have 2 that are definitely alive, and then we have like 2 to 3 maybe 4 that are struggling. So yeah, let me show you the stuff outside now, and then how I'm gonna set up and try to help these succulents out over the winter, and hopefully I can, you know, use them again next year as a, you know, as decoration around the outdoors. I definitely have learned my lesson. I'm not going to be putting these plants back indoors. They're just gonna be outdoor plants because yeah, this ain't it. Alright guys, so just a quick overview. I have these guys, I have a little one of this, and then I have another one of this on this side of the door. And my plan is to leave these guys outdoors. They have some creeping stuff in them, and they, like, half of it did okay, the other half didn't. So I'm gonna just see what survives in the winter, and I'm gonna use these guys for different types of succulents next year. So whatever happens, happens, and whatever lives, lives. The begonias are still doing really good. And coleus, that's another type of begonia. Ignore the construction. We're outdoors again. People do things. And then we have some type of zinnia or something growing still. So that's really the plan for this stuff. I think I'm going to leave the begonias outdoors. I might pull them in too. We'll see how much room I have. Oh, I do want to show you the Tradescantia zebrina. Completely died in the pot, but whatever was touching the ground is still alive and doing well. So, you know, and then we got just a quick view of all the spent rose bushes and flower pots. I don't know, I feel like they're not called pots because they're not circular. My plant stand fell over because of the wind from storms, so we're going to be pulling everything that's going to fall over out. And yeah, and then I'll show you real quick just some more spent flowers. We got some little decorations I got to put back. And then we have these guys. So I brought over this one plant stand right here because I'm going to be bringing these plants, these succulents, indoors. And then I was told that succulents in these pots will survive for the winter. Like, they don't need any covering, anything. So I'm going to trust you guys. And we're going to leave these guys here. And the same with these guys, because these guys are basically the same plants as over there. So we'll see. I do have to bring in my orange plant, my orange tree, and my lemon tree. All of this stuff is going to stay. And then we have this guy. I have coleus running up and down the sides, and then the 3 pots that I made with my nieces and nephews this summer. I'm going to take the 3 arrangements in. The succulents in the little planter I showed you just before, the 2 trees, and I think that's pretty much it. The 2 or 3 plants that are survived indoors I'll bring in here and like figure out a better way to arrange them next year outdoors so they thrive. But yeah, I want to kind of schedule something different with this whole area. I don't know, it was the first time like having this set up. And I'm not going to say I didn't like it, but there's definitely room for improvement. And I think certain things will live better in certain areas. So yeah, I'm going to set up the camera and we're going to start moving stuff. Alright guys, so this is the little grow tent. It's a 2x2 by 4 or 5 feet tall. I think probably 5 feet tall. But I have a little shelf in there. I have heat mats on each shelf. So I got 4 shelves, and then I have a little bit of floor space that I can work with, and hopefully this will keep the succulents well lit and warm enough in the garage that they survive until next spring. I do have, you're not going to be able to see it, but I'll try to show you. I do have a grow light from Starlight. I made a video about this not too long ago, at the beginning of the summer. So you can check out that video if you want to see. So I have that set up in here. It's the strongest grow light that I have, and I figured hopefully it would make it down to the bottom shelves. And then if I close this up, the light will reflect a little bit more, and hopefully everybody's happy. So yeah, we're gonna start filling this up, and that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty. Alright guys, so this is what I have set up. I have my orange tree, my lemon tree, my arrangements, each on each level. And then on the top I have all of those smaller succulents from the smaller plant display metal iron cast thing that I had. So they're all on there. And then I put these 4 smaller white pots down there for like maybe, you know, I'm pretty sure this guy down here is gonna come back and be fine. He's very resilient. The guy behind him, oh no. Anything that had a little smidge of green got put on a shelf. But this is what I got so far. And I guess I have some room on the bottom shelf, but, or right down there. So maybe you hear the door swinging close. How creepy that is. So maybe I will put my smaller succulent animal planters that I have. You hear my nephew. He's singing around me. He's having a good time. Anyway, sorry. So maybe I'll put my small animal planters with succulents down there for the winter because they're looking rough. Alright, so like I was saying, my smaller succulent plants down there. And we'll see what lives, what doesn't, and if this is a good option for my succulents that I keep outdoors. Alrighty guys, until next time, relax, plants, peace out.